Hello, everyone. My name is Jack Willard, and today I'm going to be going over my Gastropoda taxonomic key for Massachusetts Maritime Academy. Marine gastropods, are composed primarily of snails and sea slugs, and in my guide I cover 6 of the more common species that can be found at Mass Maritime on the docks. So what I have here is a shell that I picked up from the docks a few days ago, and I'm going to run through the questions on my key, show you how to use it, and figure out what this is. So the first question on my taxonomic key is: does the organism have a present hard shell, or is there no shell with a soft slug-like body? And this is basically designed to differentiate between, is it a sea slug or is it a snail? Now, obviously, I have the shell here, so this is some kind of snail. So with that, you're going to move on to question 3. So is the shell flattened in cap or slipper shape with an internal shelf, or is it coiled and more typical of like a garden snail, more similar to that? So if you look, this one is relatively flattened. And if you look on the inside, it has this internal shelf here. So with that, we're going to move on to question 4. So at this point, we've narrowed it down that this individual belongs to the Crepidula genus. And there are 2 species of Crepidula at Mass Maritime. There's Crepidula fornicata and Crepidula plana. Now, this question is going to help determine which member of which species this is. So if it were Crepidula plana, it would have a thin white shell, more plate-like rather than cup-like, with a small internal shelf, and it does not stack on top of each other. Now, as you can see, this does not really match that description. It has the large internal shelf, deeply convex. If it was fornicata, you would have this more convex shape to it, more boat-like. And then these tend to stack up on top of each other in chains. And while this one doesn't quite have that, if you look closely, it does have 2 smaller individuals stuck to this one's shell. Both of those are the same species. This has a darker shell, it's not white, and the internal shell is more well developed. So that means that this is Crepidula fornicata, aka common Atlantic slipper snails.